rolling. Ooh.
A real Capricorn behind the scenes. What up, you guys? Today, we're making a feast. So let me break it down for you. I'm making a marinated flank steak with a homemade chimichurri sauce accompanied by 2 sides, roasted broccolini, and smashed garlic rosemary potatoes. It is on the heartier side, but it's great for my carnivores out there. And it's also served best with a glass of red wine, which is step number 1. Pour yourself a glass of wine. Quick tip about red wine that I learned from my brother. You're supposed to drink red wine at room temperature, which nowadays people think of as like 70 to 72 degrees. When wine was first being made and stored in barrels, room temperature back then was a lot colder. So wine is technically supposed to be served at around 60 to 68. So I do chill my red wine. First, we're gonna start with marinating the steak. This recipe calls for a flank steak, and I have the marinade prepped on the side. If you want to learn how I made this marinade, check out the video on my Instagram. To make the chimichurri, you're going to need the following ingredients: a cup of cilantro, half a cup of parsley, 2 tablespoons of oregano, 1 shallot diced, 4 to 5 cloves of garlic, 1 jalapeno, half a cup of extra virgin olive oil, and a 4th cup of red wine vinegar. I'm gonna toss in just a little bit more olive oil, and then I'm also gonna add some salt to taste. It smells so good, so fresh. I recommend chopping all of the herbs for your chimichurri rather than like blending it. I find that the consistency is a little better. I prefer it chunky. That way you really get all of the different flavors. I'm gonna get the potatoes started. So first what you wanna do is boil them so they're nice and soft. I'm boiling some water in here with a ton of salt. So the trick with your potatoes, you know when they're ready when you can stick a fork through one of them. Just like that. When you can do that, they're ready to be taken off the stove. My favorite thing about this dish is that the veggies cook at the same time. So once your potatoes are done boiling, you just have to throw everything on a baking pan and prep them and toss them in the oven. The broccolini, I like to keep it super simple because the chimichurri has a ton of flavor, the potatoes will have flavor. So all I do for broccolini is do an extra virgin olive oil drizzle, a little bit of garlic powder, because I love garlic, and then a little salt. For the potatoes, I'm gonna make these smashed potatoes. And I love smashed potatoes because I love crunchy, crispy potatoes. So I don't have anything to press these with, but that's fine. Just take a cup, a bowl. I'm taking a shot glass, and I'm literally just going to smash these potatoes open. You don't have to be perfect with it. Some can be more smashed than others, it doesn't matter. I'm gonna do a light olive oil drizzle. I'm also going to put some rosemary on top. Rosemary is like one of my favorite herbs to cook with. It's just so fragrant, and especially on potatoes, has the best flavor. My last tip for getting these bad boys nice and crispy is putting a few butter chunks in random places. Is throw these into the oven. I have the oven running at 425 degrees. What I'm gonna do is leave this in for about 10 minutes, give or take, and then I'm gonna turn it on broil on high and leave that broiling for 2 minutes so that they get crispy. We're ready for the steak. If you have a grill, I highly recommend throwing them on a grill. I love a good char. But if you don't have a grill, get yourself a grill pan. It works just as good. I like my steaks medium rare, so I'm gonna sear it for 5 minutes on medium high, both sides, and then finish it off in the oven. This right here, this is what you want. That's not burnt, that's flavor. It's caramelizing, it's charred, it's so yummy. So I've seared both sides, and now I'm just gonna finish this off with the veggies. When you take your steak out of the oven, you want to make sure you let it rest for at least 10 minutes before you slice into it. That way all the juices are kept inside. Moment of truth, and I'm so excited. That chimichurri sauce. This steak is cooked perfectly. It is so juicy, so tender. All of the flavors from the marinade balance so well together, and that chimichurri just elevates the entire dish. I really hope you guys end up trying this dish out, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye.